The 2024 U.S. presidential election is upon us. This election is shaping up to be one of the most consequential in modern history, with the stakes higher than ever before. Voters across the nation are gearing up to make their voices heard in what promises to be a fiercely contested battle. It's a rematch for the history books. The political landscape has shifted dramatically since their last encounter, and both candidates have evolved in their strategies and policies. The nation watches with bated breath as these two titans prepare to face off once again. In one corner, we have Vice President Kamala Harris. She's the Democratic nominee. Harris has spent the last few years solidifying her position within the party and building a coalition of supporters who believe in her vision for the future.
I am ready to lead our nation forward, to bring about meaningful change, and to ensure that every American has a fair shot at success. To tackle the challenges we face with determination and integrity. Together, we can overcome the obstacles that stand in our way and build a brighter future for all.
Harris is a former senator and attorney general from California. Her career has been marked by a commitment to justice and equality, and she has been a vocal advocate for criminal justice reform and social equity. She is known for her sharp intellect and tough stance on crime. Her prosecutorial background has earned her both praise and criticism, but she remains steadfast in her belief that justice must be served. In the other corner, we have former President Donald Trump. Trump, a polarizing figure, has maintained a strong base of support, despite the controversies that have surrounded his tenure. He's back for round two. His supporters are as fervent as ever, rallying behind his message of economic revival and national pride.
America needs strong leadership. We need someone who can stand up to the challenges we face and restore our nation's greatness. We need to bring back our economy and our pride. It's time to put America first and ensure that our citizens have the opportunities they deserve.
Trump is a businessman and reality TV star. His unconventional approach to politics has both disrupted and energized the political scene, making him a formidable opponent. He surprised everyone with his 2016 victory. His unexpected win reshaped the political landscape and left a lasting impact on the nation. This election is a clash of styles and ideologies. Harris and Trump represent two very different visions for America's future, and their campaigns reflect the deep divisions within the country. It's a battle for the soul of America. The outcome of this election will determine the direction of the nation for years to come, making every vote more important than ever. The economy is always a major issue in presidential elections. It influences how people vote and shapes the future of the country. This year is no different. With the stakes higher than ever, both candidates are focusing heavily on their economic plans. Harris and Trump have very different views on how to manage the economy. Their contrasting approaches highlight the deep divide in economic philosophy.
We need to raise the minimum wage to ensure that every worker can earn a living wage. This is not just about fairness, but about economic stability, and invest in infrastructure and clean energy. These investments are crucial for modernizing our economy and addressing climate change. These policies will create jobs and grow the economy. By focusing on sustainable development, we can ensure long-term prosperity.
Harris supports raising the minimum wage. She believes that higher wages will lead to increased consumer spending, which in turn will boost the economy. She wants to invest in infrastructure and clean energy. These sectors are seen as the future of the economy, providing both jobs and environmental benefits. She believes these policies will create jobs and grow the economy. By investing in these areas, Harris aims to build a more resilient and sustainable economic future. Trump, on the other hand, favors tax cuts for businesses and the wealthy. He argues that reducing the tax burden on these groups will lead to increased investment and job creation.
Reducing regulations and cutting taxes will unleash economic growth like never before. This approach is based on the belief that a free market, with minimal government intervention, is the best way to achieve prosperity. We need to get the government out of the way. By eliminating unnecessary regulations, businesses can operate more efficiently and innovate more freely.
He wants to reduce regulations. Trump believes that a less regulated economy will be more dynamic and competitive on the global stage. He argues that this will unleash economic growth. By fostering a business-friendly environment, Trump aims to drive economic expansion and job creation. Voters will decide which vision for the economy they find more convincing. The choice between these two distinct economic philosophies will shape the nation's future for years to come. Healthcare is another critical issue in the 2024 election. Millions of Americans lack health insurance. Many more struggle to afford their medications. Harris supports expanding access to affordable healthcare.
Healthcare is a right, not a privilege. We must build on the Affordable Care Act and ensure every American has access to affordable healthcare.
She wants to build on the Affordable Care Act. She believes healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Trump has vowed to repeal and replace the ACA.
We need a new plan, one that gives Americans more choices and lowers costs.
He hasn't released a detailed plan. He supports allowing insurance companies to sell plans across state lines. The outcome of the election will have a major impact on the future of healthcare in America. Climate change is one of the most pressing issues facing humanity. The science is clear. Our planet is undergoing rapid changes, and the evidence is all around us. From the melting glaciers in the Arctic to the raging wildfires in California, the signs are unmistakable. Human activity is warming the planet. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial pollution are all contributing to the rise in global temperatures. This warming is not just a future threat. It is happening now, and its impacts are being felt worldwide. This is leading to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and other devastating consequences. Hurricanes are becoming more intense, flooding is more frequent, and droughts are more severe. These events are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger pattern of climate disruption. Harris believes in taking bold action to address climate change. She has been vocal about the need for comprehensive policies that tackle the root causes of the crisis. Her vision includes transitioning to a green economy and ensuring that the most vulnerable communities are protected.
We must invest in renewable energy, reduce carbon emissions, and create sustainable jobs. The shift to renewable energy sources like wind and solar is not just an environmental necessity, but also an economic opportunity. By investing in these technologies, we can create millions of new jobs and drive economic growth, and rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement. This international accord is crucial for global cooperation in the fight against climate change. Rejoining it would signal America's commitment to leading the world in this critical effort. The time to act is now. Delaying action will only make the problem worse and the solutions more costly. We have the technology and the knowledge to make a difference, but we need the political will to implement these changes.
She supports investing in renewable energy, reducing carbon emissions, and creating a sustainable future for all. Her policies aim to balance economic growth with environmental stewardship, ensuring that we leave a healthier planet for future generations, and rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement. This move would restore America's leadership on the global stage and help coordinate international efforts to combat climate change. Trump has called climate change a hoax. His administration has consistently downplayed the scientific consensus and rolled back critical environmental protections.
We need to focus on American jobs and energy independence. The argument is that by prioritizing domestic energy production, we can reduce our reliance on foreign oil and create jobs in traditional energy sectors. The regulations are killing our economy. Critics argue that stringent environmental regulations stifle economic growth and lead to job losses, particularly in industries like coal and manufacturing.
He has rolled back environmental regulations. These rollbacks have been justified as necessary for economic growth, but they come at a significant cost to the environment and public health. He withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. This decision was widely criticized by environmentalists and world leaders, who saw it as a step backward in the global fight against climate change. The 2024 election will determine whether America will be a leader or a laggard in the fight against climate change. The stakes could not be higher, and the choice is clear. Continue on the current path or take bold action to secure a sustainable future. Immigration is a complex and contentious issue. America has always been a nation of immigrants, but there is disagreement about how to manage immigration today.
I support comprehensive immigration reform. I want to create a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who meet certain requirements. I believe in treating immigrants with dignity and respect.
I have taken a hardline stance on immigration, I have separated families at the border. I have built a wall along the US-Mexico border. I want to reduce legal immigration.
The 2024 election will shape America's immigration policies for years to come. Public debates play a crucial role in presidential elections. They give voters a chance to see the candidates side by side, to hear their positions on the issues. The debates can be contentious and unpredictable, but they are an essential part of the democratic process. Public engagement is also vital. Voters need to be informed about the issues, they need to register to vote, and they need to turn out to vote. Section 7. COVID-19's long shadow. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound impact on America. Millions of people have been infected. Hundreds of thousands have died. The economy has been devastated. The pandemic will loom large over the 2024 election. Voters will judge the candidates on their handling of the pandemic. They will also be looking for leadership in the face of ongoing challenges, like the Delta variant. Section 8. Trump's legal troubles. Donald Trump faces a number of legal challenges. These include investigations into his business dealings and his role in the January 6th insurrection.
It's unclear how these legal troubles will impact the 2024 election. Some voters may be turned off by the scandals. Others may view them as politically motivated.
The legal battles are sure to be a distraction for the Trump campaign.
Section 9. Swing states. The path to victory. The outcome of the 2024 election will likely hinge on a handful of swing states. These are states that are not reliably Democratic or Republican. They could go either way.
Some of the key swing states include Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia. Both campaigns will be pouring resources into these states in the final weeks of the race.
Section 10. A defining moment for America. The 2024 U.S. presidential election is a defining moment for America. The stakes are incredibly high.
The choice is clear and crucial. Voters will decide the future direction of the country. They will choose the leader who they believe can best address the challenges facing the nation.
The world is watching closely.